Revenue was down, but the numbers were not as bad as expected. Walk us through the key takeaways here.
Sure. Good morning, Sherry. So there were several positive areas from SK Hynix earnings released this morning. One is that even though the operating loss was slightly bigger than expected, there were still smaller than the previous 2 quarters. And one of the key business for SK Hynix, which is the DRAM business made a turnaround from the previous 2 quarters of losses. The company also gave slightly optimistic outlook for the future, saying that the DRAM business is expected to see recovery going forward, and that the pace of recovery may gain speed going forward thanks to the popularity in the generative AI business. SK Hynix also said its non-business may see slight recovery going forward, which may show that the recent output cut by the global memory chip makers may be taking some giving a push up to the global memory chip prices. However, it remains to be seen whether these positive points from the earnings report could push up the stock prices of SK Hynix this morning, because we have some negative news coming from the U.S., including the tech stock losses overnight, the higher bond yields, higher yields in the U.S. Treasuries, and strong dollars. So whether SK Hynix investors pay more focus to the positive areas from the company remains to be seen.
Youkyung, SK Hynix shares outperformed Samsung Electronics, I beg your pardon. Why was that, and is that going to be the start of a trend?
Sure. This was a really interesting trend that we have seen in South Korea, and investors and analysts have been telling me that this was really unfamiliar. Samsung Electronics is a bigger rival than SK Hynix, but often we saw their stock prices move in line with the memory chip sector, memory chip prices. However, this year we've seen SK Hynix gaining a lot more than Samsung Electronics, and that's because SK Hynix advanced in the high bandwidth memory chip, which is really crucial to the generative AI technology. SK Hynix is a key supplier to the HBM chips to NVIDIA, and that has been one of the key reasons that its share prices have been outperforming rival Samsung Electronics, which investors see as somewhat falling behind in the race for the high bandwidth memory chip, the supplies to the key AI clients such as NVIDIA. So whether this trend would continue would depend on whether Samsung can play a catch-up in the HBM business. Some analysts have been telling me that the Samsung may be able to reduce the gap with SK Hynix going forward, but it largely remains whether Samsung will be able to secure clients in the AI area.